Oh man, this is a groovy ass intro already. Beyond Journeys and Frieren. Damn, this is a deep song. At the northernmost end of the continent, I read at the place that the people of this world call heaven, or Royale, whatever, the land where souls rest. Many souls gather there, and I spoke with friends who once fought alongside me. Flame, the legendary mage. Okay. I probably butchered the pronunciation, but you know, first time watching this, so forgive me. I love the guy on the left with the beard. I love his design. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, listen, just because you're a priest doesn't mean you don't get to unwind a little bit in moderation. Triumphant music. I really dig the art style of this show so far. It reminds me of like old school Ghibli, but just a modern sort of look to it. Got a pretty boy over here. Let that man live a little. It's alright. Damn, 10 years. 10 years they were together when they departed? Oh. Oh, so the priest is an alcoholic. Forget what I said about moderation. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the memories are too terrible if you had fun. He always looked rude. I would be the optimist and say, oh, you're saying I always look young. Damn, once every 50 years. Yeah, what a great way to come back, you know, and celebrate. Have something so nice. Damn, how old is this girl? She's like, yeah, we'll go back in 50 years. No big deal. Just 50 years. Whoa, hundreds. I should have picked up on it by the years. Yeah, she's an elf. Okay, that makes sense. Damn. It's crazy how they visualize that with the changing of the seasons and the scenery and all that, how it's all just a blur. Another mimic. You know, you would think if she's this old and this experienced, she'd know when the mimics are mimics. It's him. Wow. Dude, this is so surreal because for her, it's like time passes by so differently. That's like a gift and a curse, dog. Damn. What the heck? Is it like a carrier pigeon or something? Damn, that's there they are. That's them. His name is Eisen. Yeah, he looks exactly the same. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's a dwarf. That also makes sense. I got something to say about this, and I'm gonna leave it, you know, for my thoughts at the end, as I normally do. If you're not familiar, I talk about my thoughts once I finish each episode. But man, I got something to say already. Dang, bro, he still got it. Dang. Damn, she's strong. Damn. Ah, and he passed right after. Yeah, he knew. He's like, I got to experience this at the end. He knew it was his time.
あの子ヒンメル様の仲間なんだって。悲しい顔一つしないなんて。白状だね。私たちもしていませんよ。司教は真面目にやる。たった10年。一緒に旅しただけだし。
A mere 10 years, man. It's just a blink for her.
なんでもっと知ろうと思わなかったんだろう。
Wow, so now we're 20 years ahead of that. 20 years after the death of Hemo, the hero, on the outskirts of the holy city of Strahl in the Central Lands. Bro's still kicking. He thought he would never see her again. Burn.
ごめんハイター。それだけはできない。足手まといになるから。そうですか。では別の頼みを。出土したものです。
Ewig the Sage, or Ewig. Resurrection and immortality. 5 or 6 years. But that's nothing to her.
長寿はその最たるものですよ、フリーレン。生臭坊主。
The corrupt priest, man.
それと、私を見つけるのが大変でございましたか。存在感が薄いと、ハイター様からもよく言われます。
Maybe she can be more of like a stealthy person.
やっぱり。あの一番岩を打ち抜けば、一人前になれると言われました。へえ、ハイターも分かってんじゃん。あれはね。
Oh, she just gotta reach it. Because I tell you right now, she can do it. She just gotta be able to reach it. It's not a matter of strength, it's a matter of endurance. I really like the art style of the intro and outros. And both of these songs fit so well with the theme, I can tell already, of what this anime is going to be. It didn't have to be magic. Episode 2. Alright, I've got a lot on my mind when it comes to this. So if you're interested, I'm about to speak on it. But if you did make it this far, if you liked it, leave a like. And if you've been watching a few of my things, maybe subscribe. But let's talk about it. So I can tell already that this is going to be a very existential, somber type of feel to an anime. I like that the art style and everything kind of illustrates that. It's like a softer tone, not so harsh. Even the colors aren't so harsh, and like the line work isn't even that crazy when it comes to like the way that the characters are illustrated. It's very soft. And that's basically what the anime is like trying to go with, the feeling of like it's not so surface level. Like it makes you need to delve deeper and really appreciate everything in between, like with what everybody's saying and what the themes are. um it's so crazy. I wanted to say how already in the first episode, you can tell that this person, Frieren, even when it came to Fern, right, she didn't want to really take on the apprenticeship. Not necessarily, well, probably partly because she didn't want to be responsible if anything happened, number one. But number two, she doesn't want to get too attached to people. You can tell. I mean, just look at what happened with how I forget what the guy's name is, but the guy that passed away, right? He was only known to her for basically just a blip, in her day to day, basically. And even then, she felt like strong emotion, not even knowing anything about the guy. She was crying at his funeral. And while she claims to want to know more about people, um, there's also like a part of her that wants the complete opposite, to kind of like stay away, do her own thing, and to um have the people that she comes across basically just be, hey, maybe you can assist me with this or assist me with that while your time is here. But other than that, as far as getting any closer than that, I don't really want to do that. And you can tell that that's where she's at, like she's torn. Um, Another cool thing that you'll see as far as like the way that the pacing goes for this show, to even further illustrate like the feeling of what she feels. In the beginning of this episode, we see these guys, right? They're young, whatever. And unbeknownst to us, out of nowhere, it's just a time skip and it's 50 years later. And it was so quick. Just like she didn't get to know much about these guys, or she feels she didn't, we didn't get to know anything. We got to kind of like get their vibe, had a couple laughs. We could tell that they're good people. But just like that, 50 years pass. Just like that, time has passed. And it's like what may seem like a blink to her was a blink to us. Bam, he's 50. Everybody's 50 years older. Bam, this guy's dead out of nowhere, passes away. And it's not necessarily that it is out of nowhere, because naturally for us, it's like a natural passage of time. But for her, it's like, yo, all these things are happening so quick. I don't even have time to like necessarily register. And like the little bit of time that I do have to register it, I can't really allow myself to sit in it. I've just got to move on, deal with it in my way that I deal with it in that moment, and then just kind of move on. Um, and it was crazy how that was like all illustrated there. Um, Everybody was talking about how, oh, she didn't like say anything to the guy, or she didn't grieve or have any tears for the guy when he passed away, right? But if you think about it, how many times has she gone through this in her lifetime? So for her, even now, she still feels something. But I mean, she's gonna like, what's the word? Detach herself or disassociate. It just is what it is at this point for her. It's just a natural thing for her to have to deal with this sort of thing with the people that she comes across. Um, Even though we had such a short time with these characters, uh, what's his name? Kai's, I forget what his name, but the priest, a likable guy, even though he was corrupt, a likable guy. Himmel, a likable dude. The dwarf, I forget what his name was, but the dwarf was a likable dude too. Like they were all dope people. Even though we didn't get to a chance to know much about them or experience much with them, well, they were good people. And again, this was purposeful. Like the pacing was purposeful. That was on purpose because we get to kind of step into her shoes in a way and kind of see what it's like. Really, really dope, genius way of doing that. Everything was genius. Like I said, the way that the art is, the way that the lines work and the pacing and all that stuff, the coloring of everything, the way that everything's paced, the framing, the music, everything helps to kind of like immerse us in this anime, in this world, and in the main character's shoes. Other than that, it's very interesting to see where we're gonna go with Fern. Like I said, I don't think she necessarily needs to be a mage. She could practice it. Obviously, she's talented and gifted with that sort of aspect. Maybe she could do other stuff. Who knows? Like the title suggests, it doesn't have to be a mage, or it didn't have to be a magic, so to speak. Um, but I can tell this is one of those animes that's going to make you think. Very existential, very, not very surface level. You got to kind of really just sit there and just be in it and think about what you see. I love stuff like this. Makes you think. And I look forward to seeing the next episode, which should be somewhere around this area if it's already uploaded. And if it's not, here's what YouTube thinks would be the best thing for you to watch from my channel that you'd like the most. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get on out of here and get to the next one. Thank you for sticking around for this far, listening to my thoughts. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.